Traders, today is a new day. I'm excited to jump into it with you guys. We are on day 3. Oh, somebody's calling. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Have you guys ever been margin called? Leave your horror stories down in the comments below, because tomorrow night, Friday nights, I believe we're going to start having horror nights. So I'm going to share with you guys some horror stories in the stock trading world. Now, I've been around for nearly 10 years, which today I'm celebrating 9 years of marriage with my wife. So 10 years in the stock market. She's got some catching up to do. What, honey? Trading is all about probabilities, less about certainties. And actually, I wrote a note down I wanted to share with you guys. Trading is mostly temperament, a small percentage of intellect. You can have the smartest people. I've known the smartest people who've tried trading and they don't have the temperament for it. But it doesn't manifest itself because of having the wrong temperament. What's really interesting with trading, you may not believe me, you can manifest profitability by how you approach the market every single day. Meaning if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, as they say, have a negative attitude, you're already self-defeated before you even approach the market. If you're self-defeated, then you will be defeated. This becomes reality. And really, the last 10 years, I've seen that. The psychology, the psyche really matters more than anything else. Because everybody can recognize a head and shoulders, not the shampoo, the ascending triangle, a breakout, a double bottom or top. But not everyone can have the discipline and master their emotions to respect their risk and allow their winners to work for them. So, enough chitter-chattering. I revenged Teva, which I'm looking at again this morning, but not as a revenge trade. The chart's not looking too bad. Yesterday, every stock that I was in ultimately worked out, and so that can be kind of aggravating. I stopped out a PFE right at the top before she just dropped on off. That certainly can be frustrating, but the good thing is we're more process-oriented than results-oriented, so we stuck to our rules, and that's going to lead to sustainability. Now, for those that just hit it big on one trade, they're chasing these NUKKs, for instance, that are just pumping and dumping and whiplashing. You see huge wins and you're going to see huge losses, but you're breaking your rules. This is detrimental to your trading, and really it should lead you to be fearful of what your future in trading looks like because you can't trust yourself. So right now, this is day 3. Right now, I trust myself, so I feel good. I'm sticking to the rules. I'm being very disciplined. Regardless if they work out or not, that's what you have to do. So yesterday, what did happen? Jerome Powell came out and said, hey, we're not in a recession. The things are going very well. Let's cut the rate. And then the market said, you know what? Here's our opportunity. Let's take a dump. And that she did. Don't ask me to make sense of that. The market can be irrational and sometimes not make sense, both with an S and a C. Traders, like I said, please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. Being very vulnerable, but I'm excited. I'm in a good way because I want you guys to learn. I want you to ask questions. And regardless whether I blow this up or make money at it, I want your trading to progress for you guys to get better. Every single day, there are going to be emotions, and you have to try to think positively about this because your pattern of thought is going to reflect onto the screen. And what are all those emotions? Well, I missed that trade. Should I chase it? If I stop out of this, it's going to work out like we saw yesterday. I took profits way too early. There's always something to be frustrated at when trading. You guys know all about it. Let's get into day 3. Let's see how we're going to do. Let's stick to our rules, plan our trade, and trade our plan. Let's get it. There's a lot popping off this morning, but we're sticking to our edge, which is finding the overbought plays to kind of fade with. As long traders are unwinding their position, and the lack of momentum fades them as well, because there's so much popping up this morning. My strategy calls for fading the quieter plays. I don't like to go to the stock with all the hype and momentum. I used to, like everybody else, that's what I started with, but there's so much randomness and manipulation involved. Like the pattern could be terrible, but all eyes are on it, algorithms, people, huge chat rooms, and out of nowhere you could just have this influx of volume. I know there's no certainties like we said earlier, but the more probable trading setups are the ones I like to stick to. And by probable, what do I mean? Well, I mean all of this. Hangover, sell, fade the next day. The white areas are just one day. So I like to short them the next day and fade them. These stocks that get overbought. We see that on every single one of these tickers. The strategy works. I mean, it didn't work yesterday on Teva. I may stab at Teva today for a day 2 hangover setup. But this works fairly consistently. Okay, so Teva, I'm watching again today. I took 2 L's on it yesterday. It did get a day 2 climb. Everything sold off yesterday. We had a little bit of a head and shoulder, left shoulder here, right shoulder, head, and then kind of a fade. But we should have some decent overhead resistance there. I know we have a good 2090-ish support. So right now it's not great odds. I just want to see how that's going to open up. And then UCL I do like for the short. I have to locate them though. For a hangover short here up against the 320s to 30 area. Really, I like for these to pop out of the gate. So rather than just flushing immediately, unless we were already in it, of course, that'd be nice. But the setup is kind of nice when they're overbought and then they spike additionally. UCL is probably a good hangover. There's a lot of pump and dump names out there, like BPTH. Wow, I mean, I remember that one from years ago. Pumping and dumping, and then PHIO, I believe, as well, was pumping and dumping. I'm just going to flip through some tickers. NUKK, avoiding that at all costs. Teva did get a spike out of the gates. Could have got that up towards the 60s. Let me take a look at it. Oh, come on. Don't just panic off now, Teva. 2160s was probably going to get an entry up there. Want to pop back up towards like 30, 40, 50. For an entry there. I was just saying I like a pop out of the gates up towards resistance and then the flush, to get a better average on it. A lot of stocks selling off right now at the open. All the quantum names are selling off. I hate feeling like I'm chasing these. I like Teva to pop a little bit more. Okay, selling short Teva 2141. See if we get filled. How did I not get executed? It was sitting right there in the 40s. I'm gonna cancel it for now. God bless America. The problem with the strategy today is everything sold off at the close yesterday, and so we don't really have, where we normally would have tons of hangovers present, we don't have as many. UCL was the one I kind of liked, because it was holding up fairly well. We had clear risk at 330, from $3 down in the low 40s now, so that would have been not too bad there. Teva back in this symmetrical triangle kind of pattern. It's forming a little bit of a doji star. The open's right here at 2130. So it's trying to decide if it wants to be green or red on the day. Here's kind of the trend line that it's on too from the last few days. Do we give it confirmation of a crack or just take it? I think we take it. We got filled at 2136 on a short. I like our odds here for the fade. Still on this trend line, overbought, but kind of heavy on it, forming a little bit of a starish pattern with this upper shadow from yesterday. This is going to be my only trade of the day, guys. I'm taking a stab at it. The last thing I want to do is take another L on Teva. I'll give this thing to the high, 2160. Here's what we're looking at. The head and shoulders yesterday. Then a lot of resistance from these guys who were unwinding in the afternoon yesterday that are looking to get out, break even. But this is embarrassing. This is entirely embarrassing. See what it does up here at the risk. We'll have no red candles like we did yesterday. If I could just get a winning trade going that we can work, we'll be sitting pretty. Get back under that VWAP, fade, crack the trend line. You're sitting at such good levels on the daily. This is daily. Overbought. I can already see the doji star forming. Let's just form that. Fade on down. We already had that big upper shadow yesterday. We don't need a green day today. Here's another beautiful hangover. We're going to screenshot that one. Put it in the folder. Come on, Teva. Let's get down here and crack that trend. So my problem now has always been, I'm probably in a little green, and now I'm like, okay, I got to take green, I was just in the red, now let's take the green because I want to win more than I want to make money. Has typically been my problem. I gotta counteract that emotion, Kevin. Let this one fade and work for you. Plus, I almost stopped out of this, actually. But we definitely have to take some at this, 21 level. If we get down towards, 21. But it's fighting the open right now. The open being 2130, that's a natural area of support and resistance. So it's trying to decide, is it going to be red or green on the day. So again, my number one issue is when I see profit, I want to take it. Now, how you mitigate that is by taking a partial off. I'd like to see it work a little bit more for us and go red on the day. I think odds are working for us right now. On this 1 hour time frame, is sitting very heavy on it right now. I'm never going to have decent green days if I do not let these work for me. If I only let them work when I'm red, I'm never going to have decent green days. But really, your adjusted stop now should be probably close or around your average price. I'm thinking I'm going to take half just to reduce the risk a little bit, set a stop, and then forget about it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It probably sounds very silly. All right, so the rest of my shares, we're going to put a stop market, just in case there's slippage. I'll give it room up to 2150 and send that in. Because I like the idea of this being heavy and fading. If it does, and we can work, 50, 60 cents out of it on 50 shares, we can make 20 to 30 bucks just on the leftovers. That's where typically a lot of the money's made on this kind of a setup, is in the leftovers. Right now it's trying to double bottom off a previous support, give it a little wiggle room. It may be a slower kind of play. I'll update you guys tomorrow, see what happens. Obviously, the money play today was UCL on the hangover. Very nice. Wish this could have been more exciting for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is just the journey. I'm honored that you guys are spending the time to watch this. I'm hoping that it's educational and entertaining to you as you see live the emotions that we go through as traders. If you enjoyed this, like the video, leave a comment below. I want to know things that you are succeeding at, struggling with, maybe some stories that you have from personal trading experiences that we can go over and talk about together. Traders, I'm going to try to be here every day. I may not be able to be here tomorrow. My kids are on Christmas break. Regardless, today's day 3. We'll see you on day 4 of the Day Trading Small Account Challenge.